Quick heads up while you're listening to this episode. While we were recording, my neighbor decided to start playing music, so there's kind of an annoying bass throughout the episode while I'm talking. Sorry about that. Hopefully we'll be backing up next week with better audio, but hope you enjoy this episode.
Welcome back to Vaguely Adults. You got one of your hosts, Sarana here, and
Shirley.
And we will be discussing missed opportunities this week, because I got some opportunities this past week that kind of made me reflect on all the times I outright said no to something, or just didn't have the time in my schedule to be able to do it. So why don't you go first and share your first great, sad no to an opportunity?
I think one of my biggest missed opportunities, well, I don't know if it's a missed opportunity, more so an opportunity that, or a choice that I would have made that would have significantly put me in a different place than the one I'm at now. It was my college selection. I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before on the podcast, but I almost went to college in Utah or Idaho. So I applied to schools there and I got accepted. Didn't fight hard enough to go. Ended up staying in the city, living at home. They were religious colleges because at the time I was very into my church, which is like a whole nother Shirley. But I am Mormon, don't really go to church, don't really practice too much, but back when I was in high school, it was like a big part of who I was, and so I was at church all the time, and so I applied to Mormon colleges, and it was like highly encouraged for me to go. I mean, of course, from people at my church, because like that's what everyone did. I almost went, and like the thing is, like I loved my church, like no shade, no anything, they're great people, very heavily focused on like family. Right? Like they want you to have a family, be a part of a family. Like it's like a really big like ideal. And a lot of the people that I was acquaintances with at church that were like similar age to me are now married with children. Some of them did attend those colleges and that's where they met their spouses. And it's like, it's a big thing. Like it's known, like you go to that college without, like if you're part of the religion and you just find someone to marry and you have children, you have a house, the like American dream type thing. And I feel like if I had gone, I would be living a very different life than the one I'm living now. Maybe married. Who knows? Like, I cannot imagine myself married right now, but like, maybe it was an idea that would have been pushed on me further. And because everyone is trying to find someone to be with, like, I might have found the person that I thought I wanted to be with and possibly have had children by now. Who knows? I mean, not to say that like I have friends who are not religious that also have children now, but like those are people that were dating their like high school sweethearts and like ended up with their high school sweethearts. Different from meeting someone and 6 months later being engaged.
Yeah. I'm very happy that you didn't go, because then we wouldn't have met and then this whole thing wouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with that, because when I was looking at colleges, universities, I was so set on going away because I was really tired of the city. I was definitely a young and confused kid and, really figuring myself out and my identity and stuff like that, which I still don't have figured out, but hey, it is what it is. But I was so set on going away that I didn't realize how soul-crushing it was when the circumstances stacked up against, me being able to fulfill that dream. So back then I wasn't legally allowed to attend larger universities because they were asking for additional paperwork that at that time I didn't have. Now I'm legal. Don't worry. I'm legal in the United States of America. But it really sucks because had I gone away for university, I know for a fact I would have not turned out the way I am now. And I'm grateful that I did go to good old Baruch because, I met so many great people. I met you. It really shaped who I am. I don't look at it so much as a missed opportunity, but more of I'm grateful that all those odds were against me because it pushed me into a better direction. But let me pull up my list of things that I am actually very sad that I missed out on. So recently, I got an opportunity for a Hulu show that I had to say no to because I wasn't comfortable with just the circumstances and what's going on. And again, I mentioned it a lot of times already, but production during the age of COVID, I'm just personally not comfortable with it. That was one. I also once said no to a trip to Nice in France because I was invited with a bunch of people that I didn't really know, and it stopped me from saying yes because I was scared. Like, that was the bottom line. But I do want to go to nice because it seems really nice, and the pun is not intended. It's really not. It's just, it looks like a very beautiful, idealistic kind of place to visit and experience. It's on the coast of France, so like who doesn't want it? Who doesn't want to experience that? Saying no to any sort of travel opportunity is a big one for me, because I do love to travel and I love to explore these things, but with my solo endeavors over the years, I've definitely learned that a missed opportunity during my solo travels was not being able to share it with other people, and that sucks. I think like sharing experiences are super important to me because it not only like solidifies you and your growth as a human being, but sharing that with someone else, it's like, it's bits and pieces of life that you'll never get back. Travel's definitely the biggest one.
I don't have that many things that I've said no to, just because, like, it's weird. So a lot of years, my New Year's resolution was to stop saying no to things, right? Because like I'm not the kind of person that can like take a leap of faith and just like hope for the best. Like, I am a planner. I have to like, what are the cons? What are the pros? Do the like pros outweigh the cons? Like, is it worth it? What if something happens? And then because of that, like I like psych myself out of even finding opportunities to say no to. But at the same time, I have a very hard time saying no, more so to like people. Like, if you ask me to do something, I'm always the person that'll be like, yeah, I could do it, even if I'm like super overwhelmed and like cannot do it. I will find a way. I don't allow myself to have opportunities to say no to. Like, I'll run away from something before I get the opportunity to say no to it. I also like suffer from FOMO, like big time. I have a huge fear of missing out on things, and it's again one of the reasons that I have a hard time saying no. But I also just haven't had that many big opportunities as far as I know, or that I can remember. Like, I haven't had these like big opportunities like you have to say no to. And I think that also has to do with the people I surround myself with. Like, you, Nick, Annie are very, like, other friends I've had, my friend Soleil, even my sister, like, they're very like, just do it, like, what's the worst that can happen kind of thing. I think because I don't find these opportunities, I surround myself with people that will push me to find them and to do things. But like, even then, sometimes it's like, it's hard. Like, I psych myself out of a lot of things. Just nothing like big.
I got this idea because I watched one of my favorite creators, Chris Howe. He put out a video talking about the time he got invited by Lamborghini to a couple-day event where he had to be like, you know, the social media influencer person that he is. But he's also like this professional car photographer. He's a videographer. He like is a professional content creator in terms of working with like Mercedes-Benz and like all these like big car companies and tourism boards. And when I was watching his video, it struck a chord with me because saying no to projects hurts, because you don't know, especially like in my scenario, saying no to certain projects, you don't know who you would be able to meet on those sets. You don't know like where those connections can take you. And I've gotten to where I am today because of saying yes and being fearless in that respect, because I'm often told that I am one of those people who are like, you know, if you don't do it, what's the worst that can happen, you know? Mm-hmm. But I'm very calculated in a lot of the steps that I take. Like, I think things through way too much to a point that, like, I question whether or not I'm worthy enough or, like, capable enough of to do certain things. So early on, I would say, like, when I was still in college and, like, getting into different clubs and stuff like that, I always said yes. I said yes to almost every opportunity that I could, because I said, these are the things, these are the stepping stones that's gonna, like, further my career and, you know, get my foot in the door. And I think saying yes so early on to so many things just overwhelmed me. I want to say it was a YouTube video that got me to reflect on, why am I saying yes? Am I just saying yes to people please, or am I saying yes because it's genuinely something that I wanted to do? And that's what made me kind of take a step back and reevaluate all the things that I was saying yes to and how much, I guess, it brings to me and, you know, my life satisfaction and all that, yada yada. So that's why I say no as much as I say yes these days. But I also just say no because COVID, and I, you know, despite everyone saying, oh, we're opening up and vaccines are rolling out, there's still large groups of people who are against the vaccine, which, again, very pro-vaccine. Get it on your own terms, but please do get it. if you are eligible to get it, so that things can, see some kind of semblance of quote-unquote normality again. Bottom line is, saying no to certain things sucks, and it hurts you because you are left with a huge what if, and I think that's something that I'm never really going to get over, especially in my line of work, because there are projects that I wanted to so badly say yes to, but there are also obstacles that, I didn't have a car to get to location. I didn't want to rely on transpo vans where I don't know how many other people have to also take those vans.
I feel like on that same note, though, when you do say yes to an opportunity, like you don't when you say no to something, you don't realize like what kind of impact that can have on your life, right? Same way that if you say yes to like small things, you don't know what kind of impact that's going to have on your life. And sometimes the smallest, most minuscule decision that you make that you don't even think twice on, like, can make a huge difference in your life, right? Like, if I had left my house 1 minute earlier, I might have made it to work on time. If there are so many things, right? When I got the job that I have now, I had applied and they had sent me an email about a huge group interview, and I was so scared to go because I was like, I don't know that I want to do this. And you were like, all right, great, let's go together. And I was like, okay. And at the time, it didn't seem like a big deal because I was like, yeah, okay, great. Like, we're going to go to this interview. Here I am 2 years later, 2.5 years later, still working for this company. And I've like moved up progressively in it. I was not the kind of person that liked to meet new people when I was in college. Like, I stuck with the people I was comfortable with, and that's really it. But like, our mutual friend at the time was like, hey, let's go hang out at USG. And I was like, sure, why not? And then a group of people asked, hey, we're playing this board game. Do you guys want to join? Again, it's a board game. You don't think like this small decision is going to affect the rest of your life or like your foreseeable future. But because I was like, yeah, sure, like we'll join when we're like to play this board game. Here we are now filming this, right? And like there are so many like small decisions that you make that can change your life for the better or for the worse. Not all decisions are good. Not all decisions obviously will lead to like better things in life. Some of them are maybe you got mugged on the street, and if you had just turned on the last corner, like it wouldn't have happened. Or you tripped, and if you had just looked down like 2 seconds ago, like you wouldn't have embarrassed yourself, right? I don't know, I feel like it's like so many small things that we take for granted because we think they're so small, like in the grander scheme of things. But like in reality, any decision you make can technically be a big decision, and it's kind of comforting and scary at the same time. But yeah,
I think, well, everyone knows 2020 was just like a waste of a year, and one big missed opportunity were concerts. I so regret in 2019, I want to say it's December 15th, that day, or somewhere around that date, Dreamcatcher had a concert in New York. Well, New Jersey technically, but it was listed as New York, whatever. And that morning, I flew out of America. And
yes, I remember.
So just listen, as soon as those dates were released, I looked at the tour dates and I was like, okay, that's the day I'm flying out. I need to change my ticket somehow. I was on customer support. I was talking to all these people. I was like getting inquiries, and I was like, I need to change my ticket. I need to go to this concert. And it didn't happen. And I look back on it and I'm just like, that was 2019. And all these things have happened, and I will never get that opportunity again to see them in such a small venue, because in 2020 they grew like crazy. Their album sales like quadrupled, their views on YouTube quadrupled. They hit 1 million subscribers on their official YouTube channel. Like they're up there. They're getting, a lot more recognition, and I'm so happy. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, it's never going to be such an intimate concert experience again. The next time they do tour, whenever that is happening, it would not be the same experience. And I'm a person that loves concerts. Like, I saw Troye Sivan in, I want to say 2014 or 2015. I was maybe 20 people from the stage. Like, it was such a super small venue. And then the next time I saw him, I was on the balcony because it was like a sold out show, and it was just a massive venue. And it's amazing that I can see these artists literally grow as I grow, which is another thing that I really love. But the opportunities missed when it comes to concerts is like a dagger in the heart to me. Because I love music so much, and the experience that you get at a concert, like, it's just indescribable.
I've never been a big concert person, and that's because I really hate big crowds, and concerts are essentially just you pay to be in a big crowd. So I've never been a big concert person. But I did go see my baby Harry Styles in 2018 or 2019. I can't even. No, 2018. And then his concert tickets for 2020 released in 2019, right? And like those, they sell out. like, if you're not within like 5 seconds logging into your account, like you're not gonna see him. Like, the bots buy it out, people buy it out. Like, floor seats, forget about it. Like, if you weren't the first person to like hit refresh, like, you're not seeing him. It's just like a fact. And then they have like the pre-sale and then the actual sale, and like we tried both times. I remember for the pre-sale, my sister was on her way to class and she was like, she had it like on her phone, like ready, and I was at work and I had my phone in front of me while talking to customers, like okay, yeah, give me 1 second. Like, I'm ridiculous. But in not last year, in 2019, his tickets for 2020 came out, and so me and my sister were like, dude, we have to try to get floor seats. Like, we have to. And we tried for the pre-sale, we tried for the regular sale. We didn't get floor seats. We managed to get like some pretty crappy seats, still expensive, but crappy seats. And we were like, you know what, like, it's fine, let's just get it. And the concert was supposed to be in July of 2020, but we bought the ticket July of 2019. So we were like, we had no idea what was about to go down. So I'm sitting on those concert tickets because obviously it got postponed for this year, July 2021. Will it happen? Who knows? And then towards September of 2019, he was like, surprise, shawty. Like, I'm actually gonna have like a Halloween concert in 2020 in New York City, like as his closing concert. And so me and my sister were like, so we didn't get floor seats for the July show, but maybe for the Halloween show, and we could go dressed as him, right? From like his different songs, because like, why not? And
big brain thinking.
Yeah, big brain thinking. And we managed to get floor seats. And like, we were like, oh my God, we're gonna see him in July. Mind you, we bought the tickets with one of my sister's best friends at the time. They are no longer friends, but her ticket is right next to us. So we will see how that goes. But for the Halloween concert, it was just me and my sister who bought tickets. And we got floor seats and we were super excited. And then basically the world shut down in 2020 and concerts were postponed. Comic-Con was postponed, obviously. These are things that I had plans for in 2020 and that I did not get to do. And now I'm sitting on 2 concert tickets that I paid guap for that I don't know if they're going to happen or not. Supposedly they're going to happen in 2021 as of now. But with the way things are going, especially in New York,
dude, remember, I want to say it was January 2020, My Chemical Romance were like, hey, surprise, we're gonna go on tour again, you know. And don't worry, tickets are for September, so you got like mad time to like settle out when you're gonna take your sick day and whatever. So I remember talking to one of my buddies and we were like, yo, we gotta. Like, you know, we've gone to all these K-pop concerts together, but we gotta stay true to our emo selves and, like, go see MCR, like, live. Because they're playing Barclays, and Barclays is, like, very close to where I live, right? So I was like, bro, easy. Unfortunately, she would have had to, like, travel into the city to, like, see them, but I was like, I get there 15 minutes tops. Like, don't even worry. Like, I remember for graduation as well, like, I woke up super late. I like just took a shower, got ready, threw on my Hawaiian shirt, my jeans, and like rolled up to, like, I took the train to graduation and my parents were at home getting ready because they drove. They took forever to find parking. Anyways, I'm just saying, I live super close to Barclays Center and it's great. Well, it was great when concerts were happening. Long story short, we were super hyped last January, February. Little did we know. And then March, which hilariously we're back in March again. I don't know how many times I can mention that, but missed opportunities suck. And it's not even a missed opportunity. It was an opportunity that just got taken away from in front of you.
Yeah. Stolen opportunities are a thing.
I'm still gonna try to like sell an arm and a leg to get MCR tickets whenever I can.
100%. Because, you know, 100. My sister, like, back on the concert thing, she was like, well, if the concerts do happen, like, are we going? Are we selling the tickets? Like, what's going on? And she was like, you know what? Dumb question. We'll triple mask it. We'll be fine. And I was just... And when I tell you, I, like, snorted because we were at, like, Barnes & Noble's reading and drinking, like, Starbucks because of the basic women that we are. And when I tell you I snorted and like choked on my coffee, and she just looked at me like dead in the eyes, like it wasn't a joke.
I'm not joking.
Like we'll figure it out.
Dude, yeah. Listen, if Dreamcatcher was touring and like if the world was better but America was not and they were gonna have a show, I would show up full hazmat suit. I do not care. I am going to see them live.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Yeah, but that being said, I've now bought 3 tickets to see them online, which is great. Like, I love that they're doing these online concert things, but it's also just you're paying for a link to watch a live stream, you know?
Yeah.
The experience is not,
It's not the same.
It's not even close to being the same. You know, I know that there are some people who may not have the funds or whatnot to purchase tickets, so I may or may not be doing a giveaway for both nights of the concert, which is March 26th and March 27th, 2021. That'll be on my Twitter, so if anyone's interested in entering that, please know it's for people who may not have the opportunity to, or the funds to purchase that. Anyway, anything else you want to mention or throw in this?
I would just like to propose a dreamcatcher counter for this episode if possible, and future episodes. Like, I just want there to be like a little thing somewhere like in the center of us just going like bloop bloop every time you mention dreamcatcher. Kind of like what we did when we watched The Untamed, and I counted how many times they called each other certain names, and I kept track the whole episode. We will do that for you mentioning Dreamcatcher, because I feel like it's just amazing at this point. Like, I don't...
Since I have full control over editing, it would be nice, but I'm not going to. If anyone wants to count and put it in the comments or add us on Twitter, that'd be fantastic, you know? I would love if someone could count it, and then I would like put it in the description of every episode. I already do a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like, subscribe, do all the things. Remember, you can catch us on all the podcasting sites. Well, I think almost all of them. Remember to also rate us and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, etc. Hope you're all staying safe. Hope you're staying well. And we will catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Vaguely adult, things are just vague.